All right, all right, YouTube. We are live for the day. Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are having a good day. Gonna invite over the people in the Telegram now. If you guys aren't in the Telegram, go ahead and join. It's completely free. The link is in my video descriptions. It should be in the description too of this stream. If it's not, just comment. Let me know. We'll make sure we get it there. But yeah, guys, hop on in. We are going to start trading in about 6 minutes here and doing our technical analysis in about 1 minute. But we're just going to declare a scripture over our trading today, and we're going to jump right in. Let's see which one we've got for today. Honestly, we're going to stick with the same one as yesterday. It's based on Deuteronomy 8:18, and it talks about receiving the promise to receive ability to create wealth from God. He is the one who gives us the ability to produce wealth. And like we talked about yesterday, we're not talking about just a flash in the pond, right? It's going to be true, lasting wealth that endures our entire lives and into the lives of our family and our loved ones after we leave this earth. So let's declare it together. I remember the Lord my God, for it is He who gives me the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant which He swore to my forefathers. I remember the Lord my God, for it is He who gives me the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant which He swore to my forefathers. We'll say it one last time and we'll jump into our TA for the day. I remember the Lord my God, for it is He who gives me the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant which He swore to my forefathers. All right. Good morning, Rustin. I'm doing good, brother. How are you doing? Honestly, I don't have too much of an opinion just because I don't know too much about it in all honesty. In all honesty, I don't know too much, so I don't want to say one thing or the other because I'm just ignorant of the topic, honestly. But we're going to jump into our technical analysis for the day. I do like this. Oh, let's lock in. I do like some potential demand there. Let's see. Price. We've got our account set up where we need to be. This honestly would be a good short opportunity. Let's just stick with the two closest right now for each pair. So that was Euro US dollar. Australian dollar US dollar is just messy right now. Jeez. We can mark up some demand way down here, and then I guess this is kind of just a mess. We'll mark up. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't like this. This whole thing right here is just kind of messy. Um, we'll put some supply up there. That's what we'll do. We'll put some supply up there, right above all that. If it clears it, taps that supply, holds it, we'll try to take it back down some. Let's go to New Zealand US dollar. Good supply right there. We've got good demand right here. That did not get hit. It looks like it did, but it did not get hit. It got hit, like the box technically, so I guess it did get hit, but it did not hold our line. Either way, we're fine. This could be a good short actually up here too, because now it's clearing like this high right here. This little consolidated high can clear it, hold, and then reverse. US dollar, Canadian dollar. That would honestly almost be such a clean play right off of there. So we'll see. Price is dropping though, and then I guess we could have some like supply right up in here. US dollar, Swiss franc. Looks like it might be rejecting an area of interest right now actually. Some demand right there. This is actually a strong area of demand. This might be our trade if price holds again for a third time. We'll see if this candle holds, because this could be some significant demand, and honestly could be our trade for the day. But then of course, that supply already got hit. It's still technically a supply, but not one of my interest. Honestly, if this trade does want to go up from here, if price wants to hold again, I'll get in a buy on US dollar, Swiss franc, and ultimately we'll try to take it up to like this line right here, 88.60. But we've marked up some other things too. Let's take a look at everything again really quick before we decide to jump in anything. US CAD is it was going up and falling some, but let's just kind of see where everything's at. New Zealand US dollar kind of approaching. Everything's kind of approaching something. US dollar Swiss franc is like right where we want it right now. We've got 1 minute left. I'll be honest, guys, I'm gonna take this trade. It's just such a beautiful trade. So honestly, that doesn't mean it's gonna help us. The better it could. The better it looks sometimes, the worse the trade could be. But I like this for a few different reasons. Good morning, David. Good to see you in here. But I'll say that this demand over here, with the clearance now of these lows, I would like to see price go back up. But it looks like price is coming down and closing below it. So we'll see if price does close below it or not. If it doesn't, we'll get in this, or if it holds, we'll get in this trade. So it's got some time. It's got some time. But it's definitely gathered some liquidity to be able to go up. We're going to get in this trade 4, 3, 2 right now. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know there was news. .3 pips. We'll just keep it right below there, because if it flips on us, then I guess we'll be done. You know what? That's my fault, guys. There was some news at 10. Yeah, there's no point in losing this trade, though. That's insane. That's my fault, guys. Well, I see your message now, David. I didn't look in time. Let me do this, though. Let me just keep it at 1.5, I guess. 1.5 pips. We're not going to lose on this trade at this point. We're just going to keep it at 1.5 because that's my fault. But it worked out. I guess price did react off of that demand there, right? I honestly can't believe we got in like that and it worked out. I'm going to move it up to at least 2.5 pips to get some profits out of this trade at least, and let it go up some more. What's it rejecting off of right now? Off of the 50. We can honestly move this up to like 4 pips, 4.5. Move it up to 5 pips, so we're locked in. Well, honestly, guys, we won our trade for the day. Let's kind of see how it comes up into like the 61 area. That's where we've got our next supply marked up too. Yeah, we're gonna squeeze out as much as we could get out of this. This is 7 pips right here. We're right below the 50% now that it's trading back above 50%. This could be interesting. Yeah, we snapped on this trade. We've snapped on this trade. Let's see if we can't get price to push for us a little more. We're kind of close to our stop loss right now. We need price to just blow through. If you guys watched yesterday too, that Australian dollar US dollar trade, the short, it ended up like the candle right after we got out too. It ended up sliding down another 7 pips, but it was all good because it did end up actually reversing after that. If you guys were watching, I've gotten to a place where I've been trading so long now that like I can kind of, you know, watch the charts after and see what happened, not feel like I need to get back in or anything. you kind of just know that that doesn't work after a while by, you know, making those mistakes so often. Like, it just, that's just how it happened for me, in my opinion. All right, we're pushing 9.3 pips. We want to get as much out of this as we can, especially with it coming into where it's at right now. Could be rejecting off there, so let's try to get 8.5. We'll squeeze it, and you know, honestly, if price turns off of here, we still get 8.5 pips. We're only sacrificing about a pip of profit for the potential for it to keep going. So we're locked in, guys. We are locked in. I'd be lying if I said this didn't happen a little quicker today than I thought it would. Okay, it's going above that now. It's going above that. Let's lock in 10 pips for the day. We're locked in for 10 pips, guys. Next area of interest, I guess, because it's blowing right through here. Well, let's see. Actually, it's got 20 seconds to close above that line. I'll take that off. You can see that supply right there. It took us out. It took us out. It took us out, guys. But yeah, big W and big W today. Yeah, we've made all of that 3 days of losing back and some. Our account's over 10K again. And we started out last week when we started streaming at 9.9K, brought it all the way down to 9.3K, and now we are back above 10K. Absolutely crushing it, guys. This is so important to like, now that you guys have seen, you know, coming off of a losing streak, how you can make those profits back easily if you just keep your head up and you stay locked in. It's really important, because one of the biggest struggles I've had, and I'm going to share this with you guys, one of the biggest struggles I've had in trading in the last 3 years since I've started trading is when I start an account and I, you know, like, put in a certain dollar amount, and whenever you start an account and draw down, that is the biggest struggle you could have, because it makes you, you know, doubt yourself, doubt your system, doubt what you're doing. And it's like, when you start an account in profit and then go into a drawdown, you're drawing down into the profit. But when you draw down on that starting balance, it's like, man, that sucks. So when I came to you guys and said I'm going to start streaming again, this is where our account's at. I started a fresh trading journal, and we were in drawdown immediately, like 6%. But you see, we stuck with it, and we got locked in, and now our account is up over 10K. It's and that's in 4 trading days, right? So guys, look at this. Price is pulling back against the sun. That was a perfect grab right there. But let's see. Let me read the chat. How much should I make on that trade? Let's do it together, guys. Let's do it together. I'm gonna pull over my trading journal, but let me put in the it was a good amount. It wasn't nothing crazy, but it was a good amount for the day. It made back all our losses for sure. All right, let me make sure that's right. I'm gonna pull it over. You guys could see we lost 6% here, $600 3 days in a row, and now this is our 4th win in a row, putting our account at our new high water mark, guys. This is a new high water mark. You can see here. I'm going to highlight it orange, because our first high water mark wasn't until we started the account, so we were in drawdown all the way up until now. This trade was US dollar, Switzerland franc, and now let's do the math. Hey Matthew, I'm in the US here. It's cool to see people from like the UK. We get people from Africa, Nigeria. Like, it's cool to be able to chat with you guys and you know, talk with people all around the world, and like, we're all in different time zones too, so it's like all sorts of different types of time in our days right now. Like, for me, it's like the morning. Let me see. Okay, so we made $292 off of this trade. So this was a nice grab today. Beautiful setup too. I love that area of demand right after it cleared those lows. Beautiful setup. Yeah, we traded supply and demand. It was, so if you guys are just getting in here too, it's like we just like had like finished this trade, and literally it was probably, if who everyone was watching, tell me how long it was. It was like 5 minutes. I'll break down the trade for those of you guys that just got in. Let's do the trading journal really quick, and then since the stream's still a little, since it just started technically, I'll break down the trade and exactly why I like this setup. And then the news just happened to work out for us with this setup. The news often does, like, if you pay attention to the technical analysis surrounding a news event, price will often pull into an area of interest right before a news release, if it's gonna react. But at the same time too, I had saw that news folder was coming out like much earlier today, but I kind of forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be completely transparent. But the technical part of the setup still was perfect, and the news just happened to play out for us. So I'm not against news trading. A lot of people are. Honestly, I would say 97% of the YouTube channels you'll come across are against news trading. I'm not against it. I've made very good trades on the news. You can have a very low risk with a very high return on news trades. Let's see how many pips that was really quick. Honestly, the trial and error. I've been using Notion so long that I was able to set it up like this. I could probably I've put it in the past in the Telegram, the template. That way people can see mine, and they can see and they can get the template too, and they can create their Notion off of it. But if you guys want me to do that again, and you guys want to have like a trading journal like this, just let me know, and I can put like the template in there. I put like my trading rules. I put like my trade count. It's super clean. I would never use like Excel or anything like that ever again. Let's see. Our win rate now is 57%, guys. If you guys were in the Telegram, you saw the first 3 trading days. Look at this. The first 3 trading days when I was doing my transparency reports in the Telegram, win rate 0%, win rate 0%, win rate 0%. And I'm posting that to like 454 people, and I was like, dang, we're gonna come back though. We're gonna come back. So I wasn't stressing about it, but I was wondering if a bunch of people were gonna leave, because I just started putting those in there, and I was like, I hope people stick around long enough to see us come out of the losing streak. But and it didn't look like anyone left, so it worked out. 88.59. Okay, so we made about 9.9 pips for the day. Let me close this top part. Oh, Rustum, I'm not gonna lie. I'll always be transparent with you guys. I blew the challenge. I 100% blew the challenge. It did not go well. It did not go well. Yeah. Now we're on a win streak now. Four days in a row. We've cleaned up maybe about almost 30 pips in the last 4 days, and we've pushed probably like, you know, yeah, we're above our high water mark by like $200. So we hit 10K on the account again. We hit 10K on the account again. That means, look at too, I'm gonna change my lot size now. My lot size is actually gonna be 3%. Let me go to limit order or something. Stop loss 10 pips 3. So now it's gonna be, yeah, we got a pay raise today, guys. We got a pay raise today. I'm changing my lot size now. I only change it with the high watermark. I don't change it with if I go in drawdown or anything. I only increase my lot size with my high watermark, and it's 3% every 10 pips off of like Euro US dollar. That's my basis. So that's a 3.04 now. So we'll put, you can see our lot size is now increased. We got a little pay increase. But okay, that is where we're at. And then let's do this. Let me read the chat, and then we'll break down this US dollar Swiss franc trade. Thanks, Rustum. Yeah, I'll always be transparent with you guys about my losses. I definitely lost that prop account, but that's one thing like that troubled me so much with like my trading journey is getting on YouTube and like there's so many people that just weren't being transparent and stuff like that, and they weren't live trading, and they'd make a course, but you never seen them place a trade and stuff like this, and they're just trying to sell. Like I'm very, very aware of the marketing and stuff that goes on behind the scenes of the trading industry, and for people that just can't trade, they can make a lot more money selling trading, and I'm just like. It's really discouraging though for those people that are trying to trade and make it trading because they're like, well, is it even possible or is it all fake? That's a thought that used to come in my head all the time. And I read the book Market Wizards, like the original, like most popular one that you guys have probably seen. And I'll have to figure out like which one it is because there's a few different Market Wizards, but it's like 770 pages, and it's like all these old day traders from back in the day, and it's just interview after interview, and there's these guys like returning several 100% a year, several 1,000%. I'm like, it is possible. These numbers are possible, and people are actually doing it, and I'd love to just kind of try to go on that journey, and I believe that it's possible, and I believe we can actually make it trading, and I believe we can do it the right way, and we can really create a good life for ourselves. um, and yeah, I fully believe it's possible, and so like my channel's all based on let's go on the journey together. It's not like I've made it and I want to teach you or sell you. It's just like let's go on the journey together. You know what I mean? Let me read the chat again. This supply and demand is definitely the best for me personally. It's the definitely the best for me personally. Um, I'll show you guys too. I brought this up on stream before, but back in the day, before I started creating videos and stuff, when I was only live trading, these I would like see. I just didn't have the time locked in. I would do it for like sometimes 2, 3 hours, and I wasn't really locked in with my system. But I traded the supply and demand lines like this, and we were making money back then, like a good amount of money. And then I just shifted away from it because I got distracted, um, with things. I was able to pull some money out and take care of some bills and stuff. And then I guess I went through a season where I was like, let me just try to fit trading in a box where I can do the same thing every day at the same time. Like, let me go long at this time, and like it just didn't work for me. Um, and like there's systems out there I guess that do work for people, but I tried to find like a silver bullet and I just couldn't, right? um so this is definitely the best system that's worked for me, is like, or the best strategy. It's kind of discretionary. If you guys watch our technical analysis, we have to understand what we're seeing, and we have to spot it, and then we just use these lines for an entry point. Yeah, Matthew, I'm doing one trade a day, but I'm giving myself two opportunities. So if I win on the first trade like we just did today, I'm done for the day. If I lose, I'll give myself one more chance. And if I lose the second trade, win the second trade, it doesn't matter. I'm just done at two trades. So that's how I'm trading right now. That's how I traded in the past. I was gonna do just one a day, but in the past I'd always done, if I lose the first, I give myself a second chance. And that is what I was consistent with. So I was like, if it's not broken, I'm not gonna change that. So we're gonna stick with two a day, but it's only gonna be one if we hit our trade. Oh yeah, Rustum, I need to make a strategy video. Let me take a note to do that. I'm gonna do that and probably try to put it out on like a Saturday or something. Let me take a note. And then we'll break down this U.S. dollar Swiss franc trade. I'm gonna break it down in the video later too, but the video recapping today, but I'm gonna break it down for you guys too. So we were looking at everything. Let's bar replay this really quick. We were looking at um, all of our pairs right here, and US dollar Swiss franc was the only one that happened to play into some supply or demand. In this case, it was demand. If we look left, we can see And this was kind of like the New York session yesterday. So this New York session yesterday, which is this light gray box you can see here, and then this is the end and start of a new trading day, the dark box. I just like to see kind of when the New York was, and when the day starts. I don't make any decisions off of it. I just like to see it visually. It just helps me to know where our day is at. Like this trading day has done this so far. And then New York yesterday did this. So I just like to see it visually, right? But basically, price pushed up and created this demand right here. This demand right here made a massive push yesterday straight to the upside, which you guys can see went all the way up here, right? So that's just supply and demand as a whole, but we were really focusing in and getting locked in. Okay, what is the open price of this candle here? It's like traditional supply and demand is going to tell you to draw a box around this entire candle. I've tried trading supply and demand like that. It does not work for me. But if I draw a line on this open price and I wait for price to hold that line like this, you guys can see it went through it and it's holding. And especially now that it's held 3 times, I was interested in this trade. And I'll give you guys another reason too. Like I was entering the trade because it was holding this line, but in my mind, I knew that these lows had been cleared and that it had the liquidity to go up, right? So you can see that this was a fake change of character here. Essentially, what the market did was it downtrend, it pushed down, and then it faked going up, right? And then it came back down and cleared out these lows. So people probably thought, let me drag this over. People probably thought price was reversing right here when price closed above here, or even like here, or it kind of matched that high. That's kind of why it wasn't a valid change of character. But people probably didn't realize the internal structure here wasn't a swing point because this didn't break this low. This low didn't break this low, and since this low didn't break this low, this wasn't a valid swing point. So it actually had to clear here for it to be an uptrend, meaning people were probably, if they weren't understanding the market structure properly, they were probably thinking price was going up at the break of this high, and then they were putting their stop losses, I could imagine, right below here. And so when price came below, you guys can see, came below and cleared those stop losses, now it was holding into some demand over here. It was a perfect setup for price to go up, and I'll show you guys exactly like what we were doing. Price was holding, and then we essentially got into our trade on the next candle here. And then, our stop loss, of course, is just 1 pip below. So we had like a 3 pip stop loss to start. And then if you guys watch the streams, we lock in our stop loss the entire time. But price for those 5 minutes there did nothing but push for us to that supply. And then we were locked in with our stop loss trailing it the entire time. We saw that this was another area of interest because this is some supply. It's opposing supply, meaning price could reverse from there. Price closed through it, but at that point we were already trailed up to, our profit was 10 pips. So that's where we had trailed our stop loss to, right here. Price was slightly above it, and then you guys can see price pulled back down, took us out. And let's see where price is at now. It's kind of right where we got out right now still. But who knows if that could have pulled back down all day. Thank you about thank you about saying that about the preaching and the teaching at the end of the videos. I get on there and share the word mainly too to talk to myself sometimes and just to share those things with you guys. But sometimes we need to preach to ourselves because we need to hear those things. Like we might internalize some of those teachings and we might know them within, but like when we actually share them and we get them out and we start speaking them, we start to actually learn them more. So it helps us all grow. So that spiritual part of it too, that's something I'll, be completely transparent about. I'm working on it every day. I'm trying to get closer to God every day. I'm trying to, do the right things every day. But I'm not perfect, and I'm just as much on the spiritual journey with you guys as I am on the trading journey. But I just like to grow in like all these areas with you guys. It's just so exciting to have this community. Like I really get like motivated and driven to get on here every day with you guys. Um, my opinion on a 3 pip stop loss is that I do it too. I do a 3 pip stop loss. I did it in this trade. I'll show you why I think it's not a big deal. Like people will tell you, oh, a 3 pip stop loss, like um you're out of your mind. You're gonna get like you're gonna just get chopped up. That's not the case. If you know how to enter in the right spot, you can pick the area price may turn from. And if you understand the concepts of supply and demand, and price is holding a supply and demand, you can pick, an area where like price is going to likely hold, right? Price is likely going to hold there in turn. And so the concept of a tighter stop loss is it's so good if you can have the right entries, because think about it. If you give the market, essentially what we did here is we gave the market one candle, right? And so we were only risking one candle in our trade. That means just by pure like statistical probability, even on accident, sometimes we might get two candles, we might get three candles, we might get five candles. But if we're only losing one candle at a time, um, then like it's just the losses are so tight, and we're able to really scale up without getting knocked back down into some drawdown. If you guys saw the drawdown we were in, it was because we weren't trading this supply and demand lines. We were trading like it was some SMC concepts, honestly, but I was like a little bit of SMC, a little bit of ICT, and it did not work. I'll tell you that much. We were definitely someone else's liquidity for 3 days in a row. Um, and then we switched back to the supply and demand and started taking some wins again. Um, but yeah, if you give the market only one candle, your stop loss is going to be different depending on that candle, right? So if you're on the 5 minute, and especially on a pair that's not like gold or an index, you can have a 3 pip stop loss. You know what I mean? And you can make 10 pips and have a 1 to 3 RR. But at the end of the day, too, if you're trading on the 4 hour, you might have a 10 pip stop loss, right? So it just depends on the time frame. So when people say you can't have a 3 pip stop loss or a 5 pip stop loss, I would agree if you're trading on the 4 hour or the daily, or maybe even the 1 hour. But if you're trading on like the 1 minute or the 5 minute or even the 15 minute, you can have stop losses that tight depending on the candle that you're getting behind. But then, yeah, if you're on a higher time frame, then you could, like, I don't know, like it's just gonna depend on the time frame you're trading, if that makes sense. But guys, this was a killer trade today. Um, and we're just gonna sit on our hands and come back tomorrow, like we're done trading for the day. So yeah, if you trade the 3 minutes, a great time frame. I never really got into it too much, but I've seen some really great traders, just absolutely kill it on the 3 minute time frame. Like I think it's a sweet spot, right? Because the 1 minute can be too quick. Like when you're trading the 1 minute, you don't even have time to get up and go to the bathroom, right? But the three and like the 5 minute, it could be a little bit longer if you're waiting for those candles to close and price could be moving. But the 3 minutes kind of like a sweet in between, especially if you're trying to get a good entry. So yeah, I love the 3 minute, but I personally have landed on the 5 minute. That's kind of where I've landed. But yeah, guys, I think we're gonna wrap up this stream today. I'm glad we could stay on a little bit longer and all chat. Love that you guys are all in here. Let's see really quick how many people are watching. We've got 3 watching right now. I know more than that have come in and out of the stream. Um, we've been getting good traction on the streams lately. We've been getting up to sometimes 40 people, and I think it's going to continue growing. The videos are getting great traction. I'm glad people can get on there, see the Word of God, and see our trade breakdowns for the day. I'm just looking forward to translating more of you guys into to the live stream. That way we can chat more and stuff like that, because that's what makes these streams, is being able to talk to you guys. Yeah, it's good talking to you too, Matthew. Yeah, Yeah, love you guys. I'm gonna sign off for the day. I'm gonna make that video, putting out the breakdown and sharing the word for the day. And then we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Join the Telegram if you're not in it. That way you guys can see when I post when I go live. I share the videos. I share transparency reports. It's all in here, completely free. You can find it in the video descriptions. But yeah, we're gonna sign off for the day, guys. I love you. Thank you all for joining. Thank you guys for interacting too. It's been a great stream today, and I will see you guys on the next one.